Hi, I'm Jamie Redknapp and you're watching Football Stats Online.
Hello again and welcome back to another episode of Versus here on Football Stats Online. Today we have a doozy. It's the big one. It's Manchester United versus Liverpool, and here we take Rashford versus Mane. Which one of these two players is the better player? We're going to look at their stats from 2016 all the way to their current last matches in 2019. So without further ado, let's get the show on the road.
1, 2, 3.
Now both these players are great attacking the players, but before we go into attacking, let's have a look at their defensive capabilities, their physical traits. And when we look at the stats, we can see, first of all, Mane has played less games than Rashford. Rashford had 89 games with Mane's 80 games. So good comparison to start off with in terms of similar amount of games played. But when we look at the tackles won and the interceptions won, aerial battles and the distance run, we can see Mane is the more aggressive player here. I was actually surprised with the aerial battles won, considering that Rashford is the taller player, but Mane clearly is more physical and more aggressive. And as always on here on Football Stats Online, we always look at the averages. And as you can see, Mane has played less games, so typically here he wins in terms of all the averages per game, having more tackles won, interceptions, aerial battles won, and distance run per game. Now Rashford likes to run a lot, but clearly it seems that Mane is more of a runner in terms of covering more distance in kilometers than Rashford. So round one goes to Sadio Mane. Yes, in round one we discovered Mane is the more aggressive of the two players. But which one of the two players is more creative in the midfield? Makes things happen, shall we say. Put things in play, put things in motion. Well, when we look at the stats, we can see that Rashford has way more crosses than Mane does. He's putting way more crosses, and it could be to the way that Man United play. But when we look at all other aspects in terms of through balls, chances created, and crucially key passes, as well as assists, Mane trumps Rashford in all areas, especially when it comes to those key passes. And when we go into the averages, as I've said before, per game, while Rashford keeps his crosses at 2 crosses per game, Mane dominates in terms of his through balls, chances created, key passes, and assists. So, round 2 goes to Sadio Mane. Attack! 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 Yes, as you would have heard, the next round is in fact about attacking. Which one of these two players is the overall better attacking player? So this is their specialist areas. So let's have a look at the stats to see which one of these two players is the better attacking player. Well, when we look at the stats, we can see that Mane has more successful dribbles than Rashford. He's completed more successful dribbles and has more shots on target. But most crucially, when looking at these stats, Mane has scored more big chances than Rashford has. Rashford has missed less big chances, but Mane has crucially scored more big chances than Rashford has. And when we go into the averages, we can see Mane, based on the games they've played, dominates and wins in terms of averages. But we also need to look at goals. How have their goals contributed to their respective teams? Well, as you would have guessed, yes, when we look at the goals, Mane has scored more goals than Rashford since 2016 to current 2019. He scored all his goals in the box and scores a goal every 185 minutes compared to Rashford 240 minutes. And then when we look into the averages, we can see per game, as you can see, Mane has played less games. Mane has got a way higher average in terms of goals per game at 0.44, and those goals per minute stay at 185 minutes. So overall, attacking wise, Mane wins. Well, this has been one of the most straightforward versus here on Football Stats Online. Mane taking all 3 rounds. But we must say, you know, Mane is way older than Rashford. Rashford at 21, Mane at 26. Rashford has a way more experience to gain, but at 21 he's doing a great job. I could probably do something where I look at Mane at 21 against Rashford at 21, and I'm sure Rashford probably would win that bout. But for the big game, looks like Mane may have more of an influence than Rashford. We'll never know. Well, we won't know till the game starts. But what we can say is Mane is an exceptional player, and for this versus wins the overall battle. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. I appreciate it. What did you guys think? Did you think Mane was way better than Rashford? I would love to know your comments and thoughts. I'd love to know what stats you want me to add into this show as well. If there's anything you want me to add, just put it in the comment section. And as always, just like and subscribe if you think this video was helpful or educational or funny or whatever. Just help a brother out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and again I appreciate it. And as always, peace to you.